Good morning, Heirloom family. It's your boy Jeremy, and we're back for another video. Today, though, we are going to have a topic in regards to why buy a used tiny home. In our case, we call it the pre-loved tiny homes. I've got Thomas behind the camera, as you guys know, and we're going to go over all of the, pros and cons of why would you buy used? Why go and get a tiny home that's on the secondary market, the pre-loved market. We call it in our industry a consignment. It's when a licensed dealer like us will consign a tiny home on your behalf, meaning that you owned it, you used it, you had it for a purpose, and now maybe you want to sell it. You want to upgrade, you want to come to Heirloom and have us build another tiny home for you. We're here at the Great American Tiny House show in Los Angeles, over in Sonoma, California, and happy Father's Day to all your fathers. I'm a father. Kids, I love you. And you know, we're having fun. Yesterday was a great turnout. LA really turned up. It's the first show of its kind in LA, and guys, can't thank you guys enough. So we're here in a pre-loved home. This home was built for a customer. This home was built by another builder. And why is Tiny Heirloom selling it? I'll tell you why. We want to make sure that we are giving our customers the top satisfaction that we can. And we understand that with what's going on in this market today, shipping delays, schedules, employee shortages, it's very difficult for us to get a home, build it, and finish it, and get it to you, the end user, right away. And when you're paying all that money out for a home, you want it now. I get it. It's a tangible asset. And what that means is you have something that you have put your physical hard cash into, and you want to be able to have something back for that cash. Well, this is a great example. This is a 37-foot gooseneck, 6 wide, which means it's 102 inches, and it is a actual traditional RV. You can tow it down the road. You can use it as a staycation, vacation. You could use it as a primary residence, whatever your heart desires. This is a really beautiful gooseneck trailer, not a bumper pull, which means that it goes up and over the cab of a truck and over the axle and on a ball hitch, just like a tow-behind trailer, but I like them a lot better. Goosenecks are really easy to maneuver, great viability when you have your turning radiuses and things like that. Why would somebody want this today? The reason being is it's available today. We actually are selling this one on our site. The link is below. It's at our pre-loved selections, and it is the Cerulean, and it is on sale right now for $154,900, which is a great deal because if I was to build this today, easily $180,000 to $200,000. This is a fully customized home with every option. And I think the biggest question is, why would you buy this home versus waiting a little bit longer and having your home of your dreams? And the question is, and the answer to that is that you want to be able to have something that you can be able to get on the road, move on with your life, and do what you need to do. And we get a lot of customers that come to us, and when they find out timelines can take 6, 8, 12 months, or even longer, that is where a lot of times the sales stops. So at Tiny Heirloom, what we want to do is we want to give you, the customer, the opportunity to have a selection of certified tiny homes from builders that we know that are reputable. This was built by Mockingbird Tiny Homes. A shout out to them. They did a beautiful job with this home. It's NOAA certified, not RVIA certified, but that's okay because I am a member of NOAA. I am also a member of THIA and PacWest. So for us, it's all about, are we building to the ANSI standards? Are we building to a standard that is of ethics and professional standard in the RV industry and in the home building industry? And the answer for this home is yes. We inspect it. We make sure that anything that could be done differently or maybe be done wrong gets fixed so that at the end of the day, we can give the end buyer the satisfaction in knowing that they're getting the best for what their money can buy. And so for, I think, 2 big reasons for why people buy tiny homes in the used and pre-loved market is simply price, and I think more importantly, availability. Availability is the now. It's for sale. If you buy it, You can literally get the title, drive off with it, and go on your way. Price. Because there is a supply and demand shortage, right now, if you are the seller and you're selling this home, you're getting top dollar. You're getting sometimes either what you paid for this home or even more. We've sold about 21, 22 homes in the last 12 months that are pre-loved in our pre-loved series under consignment. And those homes are all at sticker, meaning the MSRP of what the builder charged, such as myself is included, because a lot of the homes are our old homes that we built years in the past, or they're getting above the amount that they paid for that home. One of my customers, for instance, paid almost $70,000 for a home about 4 years ago, and today she sold it for almost $90,000. So her home appreciated $20,000, and that money went right in her pocket. She was happy, and then at the end of the day, the buyer was happy because they needed that home yesterday. I think the benefits of buying a pre-loved home, other than it's available today, and I would say price to a degree, because obviously you could pay above what was the value then, is that with the inflation of materials, with the cost of everything going up and the unknowns and the delays and all of the frustration it takes, you're not paying the increased price that we all are paying right now. Today, I could buy a trailer chassis, $15,000. And then literally in a month from now, that same chassis is $16,000, $17,000. And so at the end, we have to pass that off to the customer. So that inflation causes a really big disturbance into the way that a buyer and the relationship of the manufacturer and builder, us, or the builders that we know and work with, have. And it's a contention point. So when you're going into a used tiny home, it's not the issue of the inflation. It's more of, do I like it? Can I live with some of the sacrifices that maybe aren't in it that I would want to have in it? And at the end of the day, you got to make sure it's right for you. We have a lot of customers that come in, they'll look at it, beautiful home, Jeremy, but I need to do this, 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 and this. Don't be afraid to ask, because it's just construction. Treat it like a remodel at your own home. At the end of the day, if you want something done, you want the countertops changed, you want to configure something differently, that's not hard to do when you're a builder like myself and other builders out there. It's very easy to do. We get you a bid and a cost, and then a time and understanding of what it's going to take to do it. If that's what it works, we put it in that offer, so that when we're offering it to the seller, we're saying, hey, they're going to give you X price. They do love the home, but they want to make these changes. And I encourage that when you do make changes or tweaks, or you need to get help with shipping costs because shipping is expensive, sometimes my buyer will ask my seller, hey, can you give me a credit? I'll give you full price, but would you give me a $5,000 credit? I'll go back to the actual seller. I'll say, seller, I think that these people are serious. They're paying cash, or they're getting financing. They've been approved. They're putting 20% down, 30% down. They meet the criteria. We can get this done in 2 weeks. What do you think? And then at the end of the day, it's just a negotiation. It's no different than if you're trying to sell your home. It's no different if you're trying to sell a car. It's just that you're selling a tiny home. And at the end of the day, I think that the more that we can offer this to you as the customer, the better it will be. I think that you do need to know what you're doing. You need to be educated. Don't go out there without getting a professional opinion. Make sure you have an inspection done. Robin at Noah, they do inspections all the time for customers, for banks, for builders like ourselves. They'll come in and they'll look at it all over, up top, down, bottom, roof, underneath the chassis, everything. Kick the tires, check the brakes, make sure that everything is working and in line and in order, so that at the end of the day, you can be educated. Don't go in it blindly. Just because it's a great deal or it's a blowout price and you think, oh my God, this is a great deal, I got to have it tomorrow. Don't do it. It's not always about price, people. You got to make sure that you're educated and that you have somebody who knows how to look at it. We want to look at the wiring. We want to make sure that the trailer's not rusted. We want to look at the tires, the brakes. We want to look at the main harness on the trailer chassis itself, making sure that all the lights, the 12 volt, anything and everything is working. We want to make sure on the house, the construction, Is it done right? Does it have the right pressure-treated wood elements that need to go into it? The primed pressure-treated finishes for outdoors? Is the cedar, if it has cedar like this house does, is it sealed correctly? Has the not only attention to detail been done, but has everything been installed to the best of the ability of the builder and by the ethics and standards that we live by as builders? So even if it's a private sale, make sure that you go to a local builder, hire an inspector, have it looked at. I mean, go through the whole thing and don't be afraid to. And if a seller says no, walk away. It's not worth it. Don't waste your money. There's too many other opportunities out there. We average about 1 to 2 tiny homes a month in the pre-loved market. And what this is really called is a consignment and consignee. You have a consignor and a consignee that basically participate. One is the seller and one is the buyer. So don't be afraid, because if it's not us, there's other websites that sell it used and pre-loved. You can check online. You could almost go to most manufacturers and say, hey, do you know of, or do you have any used units, or do you have a unit that maybe you just finished, or you're in the process of finishing that maybe a customer ended up backing out and can't finish it or can't afford to finish paying for it. These are great opportunities, I think, for you to get potentially not only a great deal, but more importantly, to get a great home in a quick manner. Time is everything. Time is, I think, what kills a lot of the ability for people like us in this industry to sell tiny homes, just because people need things a lot quicker. They have lives, they need to move on, and we get it. A little bit about this home. This is, again, a 37-foot gooseneck by 8'6" wide. It is RV certified. This home is beautiful. It's got a forward cabin sleeper up on the gooseneck right here in the stairs, and I'll take you up here. So the owners of this home were a couple with a 2-year-old daughter. This was going to be, as you can see, the 2-year-old daughter's room. They were going to have this, well, they did have this built by Mockingbird Tiny Homes, as I said. They basically were very excited. They customized it, as you can see, by the wallpaper, the tile, the colors. They made it for them. And at the end of the day, they were very excited about the process, and you know, they were happy. They got the home finished, opened the front doors, and the daughter started to walk up the stairs that we just walked up, and the mom said, I can't do this. It won't work. And sometimes that does happen in the tiny home industry. So she called Tiny Heirlooms. She saw that we will do the consignment process. She asked, can you consign my tiny home? And we told her yes. And I'll go over that process and how that looks so that you understand and can be educated. We may do it a little different than others, but I just want to make sure you guys know how it's done and why would you hire a company like us to consign your tiny home. But nevertheless, she asked us, and right now we potentially have 2 buyers on this tiny home as we speak, but until the money's there, it is still for sale. Again, $154,900 is the price. Coming from the forward sleeper, which could be a queen-size sleeper or a children's room, you come into the main entry. It's got a double French doors with blinds in the doors. One thing I will say that was done with this house is light. There's a lot of natural windows. It's got a full-size L-shaped kitchen. It's got a Fisher & Paykel dish drawer. It's got an induction cooktop. It's got an apron sink. And what I love most is it's got this beautiful 90-degree awning window. I mean, beautiful wood-clad window. It's got a Bosch convection microwave oven combo. It's got a 28-inch side-by-side 4-door refrigerator and freezer combo by Hayer. The cabinets are all done by IKEA in a high white gloss finish with soft close finish hinges on it. And then it's got set up for, you know, your TV access, HDMI, and a little area where you could basically set up another table, a fold-away table, or just have a, you know, good area to sit. It has double doors walking through the galley for the bathroom. We are going to frost these windows for privacy. But what I like about this bathroom is it's big and spacious. It's got a full-size 48-inch shower, custom tile, surround, all matte black finishes. It's got a barn door style double two-way door, so it goes both directions. Absolutely stunning how they did it. It's got a beautiful sink that comes off the wall, stone sink itself, I'm sorry, and then the faucets. And then again, cabinetry, cabinetry, cabinetry. Great light, a great use of space. We didn't get time to put the washer dryer combo in here, but it is set up for a Splendide ventless or vented. We could go either way with it. Washer dryer combo, and then it's got your standard flush toilet. Second door for privacy, which again we're going to glaze this window. And then these owners made this area, which I think is a good idea for what they were doing, a full master. They were going to make it to where they were going to have a queen size bed here, a little ladder going up to the loft. This was going to be like a study, kind of kick it lounge area. If you're just a couple, you don't have a kid, this would be a great area for your living. And then you could do your master up front or vice versa. The thing I do like about this is, we'll switch with Thomas in the direction, is that it does have two full-size closets. And guys, we know with the tiny home world, it is hard enough to find space. And not only do women love closets, but Thomas and I love closets because we love Jordans. And we got to have a place to put our Jordans. So maybe we can have Thomas insert Jordans here. Going from there, this home is brand new. Literally, they did not live in it. It's a great deal for a customer because she's actually selling it slightly under from what she paid on it. By the time she sells it, there's consignment fees. She's going to lose a little bit of money. But at the end of the day, why would she want to do that? Because she knew that it didn't work for her. She wanted to give a realistic and good deal and not compete with, well, Jeremy, how much would you pay or how much would you charge a customer to build something identical? I told her 180, 200,000, hands down for this size with these features, fit and finishes in today's market. That meant if I was going to charge that and she tried to charge that, then a customer like you that's going to come and want to buy this would say, maybe it is worth waiting a little bit longer to have exactly what I want instead of making those sacrifices and just settling, I guess is what you would say. We'll finish it with this. Why and how does that consignment process work? Why would you consign? Simple enough. Why would you sell a used home or a used tiny home? Simple enough. Because you have a necessity or a need and you need to exit out of the home. Why would you buy a tiny home? Simple enough. You need a place to live. You want a rental income. You want to be able to have mom or dad or your kids in the backyard. You need it now. So the consignment process, I think, fills both needs and makes it to where it's a win-win. What is Tiny Heirloom's role in this? We're the licensed dealer, we're the third party, and we're neutral. What we want to do is we want to represent the buyer, we want to represent the seller, and we want to make sure that we get both people a great deal. We want to make sure that the buyer is happy with what they're getting. We want to make sure the seller is happy with what they're selling, and that at the end of the day, it is a win-win. How does it work? Well, if you want to sell a tiny home and it's certified, it's got to be ANSI standard, which means it has to be PacWest, NOAA certified, or RVIA certified. Or if you're a previous Tiny Heirloom customer and you want to sell your tiny home, give us a call at our 866-GOT-TINY, and we'll insert the phone number below, or you can hit us up at sales@tinyheirloom.com. Again, the link will be down below, and we'll go through that process with you. It is a very easy process. We will send you out what's called a consignment agreement. It will go over the terms and conditions of that agreement. For Tiny Heirloom, we do a 6-month agreement with all of our customers. It's a 6-month agreement, and we charge a 20% consignment fee. Some people may say, whoa, wait a minute, why 20%? It's because I have to make sure that we take care of sales commission. We always go above and beyond, and not only do we not detail these homes and make sure they're done right, all the little nuances, we take care of those and we fix them. A lot of times we're not charging the buyer or the seller for that type of stuff. Marketing, we have to pay big money to market it out to the universe so that you, the buyer, gets to see it, and then you, the seller, is happy because we sold it. And then there's sales commissions. We have to pay our people at the end of the day. They're working hard for you. They're doing everything they can to make sure that you get your home sold and that you get to buy a beautiful home. So once again, visit us at tinyheirloom.com, again at our pre-love section, and consign a tiny home today. Peace.